Good afternoon. Welcome to Jim Munley's World of Weather. You clicked on to the long-range weather forecast discussion for July 8th to 22nd. Before we get to the forecast, we're going to talk about Beryl. Here's Beryl. It's weakened to a tropical storm, moving through or almost into the Gulf of Mexico, moving through the Yucatan, almost in the Gulf of Mexico. And we're going to get to that now. We're going to look at the current position here. This is as of let me see what this is. Okay, as of 2 p.m., it's located 20.8 north, 88.8 west, maximum sustained winds. Still a strong tropical storm, though, 70 miles per hour, and movement is to the west-northwest at 15 miles per hour. Kind of slowed down a little bit. It's probably because it's getting friction from moving through the mountains and so forth. But there is talk about the trough. Let me get back here. That the trough here in the middle of the country, possibly tilted, may interact with Beryl, and that's what the National Hurricane Center is expecting. And we'll take a look at we'll see what the models have to say about this. Okay, so we're going to go here to the 8th. Okay. Okay, now it's in. Here's the GFS, and it kind of lifts it to the northeast, kind of meanders a little bit, and then lifts it into the northeast later on. That's the GFS. European brings it in and brings it into the middle Atlantic, the northeast with rain, which I expected with this. I was thinking about that, but it's forecast to strengthen back to a hurricane. We'll go back and look at that now. Okay, when it moves over to the into the Gulf, it's 1,007 millibars GFS, and then you see what happens. Doesn't really lower the pressure all that much, but it's supposed to develop into a hurricane. Now we'll look at the European. See, it has it as a hurricane deeper. The GFS keeps it weaker. This is stronger, 993 millibar. And then when it gets to the coast, it looks like a 986 millibar. And then it even strengthens more right before landfall. It looks like a 991 millibar. And then it quickly weakens as it moves inland and then lifts it up to the northeast. So there's a lot to be said about this. So it's not so sure how the trough will react yet, but we'll keep an eye on that. Now, another news here will be the heat across the west. And this will be a dangerous heat wave and prolonged period of hot and humid weather. And we're expecting the highs to exceed 110, possibly in the desert southwest, but typically hotter areas exceeding 120 degrees. And then we'll have further north highs expected in the 100s in the Intermountain West, with highs of 10 to 20 degrees above normal, with some higher anomalies. So that's what we're looking at now. So we'll look at the rainfall amount, the GFS. We'll look at the rainfall. We'll look at 12-hour rainfall amounts. Okay, this is the GFS. Keep an eye on the red and the yellow and purple color. And you can see here we have, doesn't really show the amounts. It looks like this is like at millibars. It looks like It's in this category because it gets to gray and then it moves in. And we'll take a look at the European. The GFS, I'm sorry. We're going to get it in inches. If we can. No, it only has it in millibars. And then this is GFS. Kind of showing the same thing. It gets up into the gray area. I think up around here. So there'll be some heavy rainfall, saturated soils, and may cause some flooding. Okay, we're going to look at the period now for July 13th to 17th. And now we have a strong ridge here in the west and also over the southeast. So another ridge over the Atlantic. This is what's steering Beryl in this direction. And we kind of have a trough here across the upper Mississippi Valley and the Great Lakes. So for this forecast period, I am calling for... It's not going to change. Okay, above normal temperatures for much of this region here. And I'm calling for anomalies to be as much as 15 degrees or more in some locations. Basically across the northern Rockies area. And for precipitation, calling for below normal precipitation here. Probability of occurrence is near 35%. And then we have above normal precipitation forecast here. And the probability of occurrence is up to 40%. Now we're going to look at the flow for July 18th to the 22nd. Still have a ridge here in the west, strong ridge, and some of the models, like the European ensembles, has strong ridge over the southeast, while other models keep the ridge further to the east. GFS brings it in, European ensembles brings it in as well. So I'm calling for this forecast period above normal temperatures for this region, and we're calling for anomalies to be near 10 degrees or more in some locations, especially here in the plains. And for precipitation, below normal precipitation here, and for this region, probability of occurrence is near 35%. That's the long range weather forecast discussion for July 8th to 22nd. Thanks for coming to Jim Munley's World of Weather, and have a good day.